Hi students, and welcome to a quick tutorial on how to put your Google Doc into MLA format. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to check that my margins are correct. I can tell just by looking at where the cursor is that I do not have 1-inch margins, and that's what I need. So I'm going to click on File and scroll down to Page Setup and change my margins to 1 inch all the way around. Okay. Next, I'm going to add in my header. My header will belong in the upper right-hand corner, and it will include my last name and the page number. So the easiest way to do this is to click on Insert, scroll down to Header and Page Number, and select Header. My header needs to be on the right, so I'm going to click Right Align here, and then I need to type my last name. But first, I notice that my font is defaulting to Arial when usually I should be using Times New Roman. So I'm going to go down here and select Times New Roman. And it should also be 12-point font, not 11. So I'm going to change this to 12. Okay, now I'm going to type my last name. And I'm going to hit space only once right after my last name. And now I need the page number. It may be tempting to type 1 here because this is page 1. But if you do that, all the pages will be numbered page 1, and we don't want that. So I'm going to click Insert again and go down to Page Number, Header and Page Number. I'm going to select Page Number, and then I'm going to roll over and select this option that will place it in the upper right-hand corner. So now it will automatically count pages for me, and I don't have to think about my header or my page numbers again. Next comes the heading. So the heading goes on the left, and again, I need to change my font to Times New Roman 12-point. It might be easier just to change the default settings in your Google Docs account so that it always defaults to Times New Roman 12-point font, but that's up to you. So the next thing I'm going to do is type my name. And you'll notice that I'm typing first name first and then last name, not the reverse with a comma. Now, my entire paper in MLA format needs to be double spaced. So it's easiest to just go ahead and set that now. So I'm going to go over here and click double space. And now the whole paper will be double spaced. So I'm going to hit Enter, and now I'm going to type the name of my instructor or professor. In this case, it's Stover. I'll hit Enter again. The next line is the title of the course. So we'll say English 10 CP. And finally, we're going to go to the date. And so we're going to type the date in this format. So you should have the date, the month, and then the year with no punctuation. All right, I'll hit Enter one last time. And this is the line where my title belongs, but my title needs to be centered. So I'm going to click on Center, and I'm going to type my title without a typo. Okay, so you'll notice that my title is also in 12-point Times New Roman font. It is not bold, it's not underlined, it's not 18-point font, it's just 12-point font Times New Roman. I'm also capitalizing the keywords in the title. The last thing to keep in mind is I will just hit Enter one more time for the first line of my paper, and I'm going to go ahead and click Left Align again. And then the first line of my paragraph, of course, will be indented. I just hit Tab once and will indent, and then I'll just start typing. Don't add extra spaces in between paragraphs. Everything is just completely double spaced, and it will all look perfect. So I hope this helps you out and gets you set up with your MLA format on your paper. Thanks, students, and good luck.